Well, hey everybody. Welcome to tonight's Monday night team training. It's December 16th. We're nearing the end of an amazing 2024, getting ready for 2025, and that's what this call is all about. I am Christy Vogt, your EC3 here in
Woo!
Colorado. And we've got Carrie Dickie along with a friend.
Archie Bear, Archie Bear.
Archie Bear. For all of you newbies who do not know who Carrie Dickey is, you've been under a rock. No, just kidding. You are in for a really special treat. She's one of my biggest mentors and biggest inspirations. So you guys get your paper and pen, get ready to take notes, get ready to be inspired. I like to say that Carrie is our matriarch. Tara Wilson enrolled under Carrie Dickey, and when I first saw Carrie Dickey for the very first time, and I share this all the time, Carrie, but it was at the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event. I was not yet with LifeVantage. And I just, it was like 2 full days of beautiful, amazing women, network marketers, trainers, speakers, coaches. But Carrie, man, she just stood out in the crowd. And I'm like, who is that? I want to be a part of her. I need to know who she is and what she's all about. And fast forward like 2 years later, when I was looking at LifeVantage and looking at joining Tara Wilson, I realized that she was enrolled under Carrie. I'm like, oh my God, this is just meant to be. And they were back then and probably even now, the fastest growing team in LifeVantage. She's, top of the company as a presidential, and she has just been one of your biggest talents and gifts, Carrie, is that like when you're always first to recognize people, to shout them out. You've got this huge organization, but when you are edifying or recognizing somebody in your organization, you have this gift of seeing people like for who they are. They're always picking out a uniqueness about that person and seeing them and seeing amazing things in them before they even see it for themselves. And you've done that with me. I know Jane Buchanan has a story. Like you're my goals for that for sure. So Carrie, you guys, she loves network marketing so much. She's going to share her story here in a minute. She has published 2 books. The first one in 2016 is The View from Venus. And then her most recent book is My Journey to Venus. You can find those on Amazon, by the way. But most importantly, Carrie loves people and she wants to see them succeed in this. And one thing I want to ask you, Carrie, to share in your story is that in your bio, I think it was in your book or maybe on your website that you mentioned that you worked hard for decades to overcome shyness and insecurity and doubt to become the fearless leader, teacher, and business coach that you are today. So I'd love to know kind of how you overcame that, what you did. So please share. We'd love to share your story. And I know you're going to talk about momentum, which a lot of us don't know what that means. So we're excited for you to share and pour into our team. So thank you so much for saying yes and being here. I love you so much.
Absolutely. I'm just honored to have been asked. Can you tell me, Christy, how much time would you like me to talk? I don't want to overstep and go crazy. And you just kind of give me a hand signal if it gets to be crazy, but I'm kind of curious.
We like to keep these about 30 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, we'll do the best we can. Awesome.
But for
Well,
you, we'll go over for sure.
thank you for having me. It's just so weird. I had such a rough day yesterday, like a really, really rough day. I'm up and down, up and down. I had another breakup, and it's because when I broke up all the other times, I was speaking from my soul, and then I ignored it for 14 months. And anyway, so it was a really, really hard day yesterday. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, man, I just got to get on my purpose, whatever the heck that is. I seriously need to figure out what do I need to do to get out of this. And so I'm just kind of laughing, especially the part about how did you go from insecurity and shyness? I'm still insecure. I'm still shy. And I still have really, really, really tough moments. I had kind of a rough childhood and pretty unseen. And my parents before me were unseen, and so that makes it difficult. When I got into network marketing and I saw a place where people were seen, I just craved getting to the top. And I've kind of said that you have to have something wrong with you a little bit to get to the top of one of these. And I don't know if I would say that today. I just think that awareness is really, really important. And you have to do your work all along the way, or you'll get there and you'll kind of look around and go, wow, is this all there is? Is this what I worked so hard for? Seriously. Yes, financially, it's incredible, but it's a little frightening when you get there and you're just, anyway, I have found my passion. I'm super, super excited. And I got to tell you, I'll tell you, I found my passion about GLP-1 again today because I haven't lost any weight. For those of you, well, you guys are all here, so we can just jump around. I'll tell you my story, but I want to let you know today I got my results. 2 months ago, on October 15th, I went in and got my body composition, and I'm 145 pounds, 0.5 then, and I was 145.4 today. So I lost 1/10 of a pound, and I didn't really care about that. What I did care about is my skeletal muscle mass went from 58.6 to 62.0, and my percentage of body fat went from 27% down to 23% in 60 days. That is huge, and it really looks good on me. I'm not kidding. I can't believe the difference. It's got whatever's going away is going away in all the right places. So I just want to say that I'm super, super excited about LifeVantage. I'm super, super excited about LifeVantage as the platform to do what God put you here to do. Because I don't know that God put me here to do LifeVantage. I don't know that God put me here to be a network marketer. What God put me here to do is to exercise my superpower of seeing people before they're able to see themselves and take out that mirror and go, dude, do you see what I see? And that's what this team does. And that's why you are all having the success you're having. The more that you get out of your own way and see the other people before they're able to see themselves, the bigger your organization. And that's just a fact. So for me, it's been like, okay, I have another book out there it's a children's book, and it's called Raise Your Hand. And it's a story that I had in first grade. It was a horrifying experience, and I changed the ending to a positive ending. And I have 7 more children's books right behind them. I've just got to get them illustrated. And the reason I say that is because God didn't put me here to be a network marketer. I didn't get here for my job or even my career or even my calling. I did come here for my calling, which is seeing people and using my crazy, wild story to inspire other people potentially to do it faster and to do it better than I've been able to do. And I'm doing pretty darn good. But I really believe, I told you it took me 25 years to get to the top of my company, and I think you can all do it faster. So let me go tell you a little bit about my story, just because some of you may not know. I've been in 4 companies, and when people used to say that to me, it was alarming. I wanted to jump off the podcast or whatever it was right then. Or I wanted to jump up in front of the room and say, can you please tell me, how is that even possible? I don't want to be with 4 companies. I don't want to go down that road. But it's kind of like real estate or mortgage or insurance. You may start with a company, and then within a couple of years or a couple months, I don't know, realize, you know what, this isn't the one for me, but I really like the model. And then you may find that, maybe you started with Prudential, and then you go to Century 21, and then you go, well, I don't love those people, but the people at Remax, and you get to take all of your skills with you to the next one. And so I was with LifeVantage is my 4th company worth talking about. I signed on the dotted line of other companies to get their products, and because I thought maybe it was going to be the deal, but it wasn't. If LifeVantage happens to be your first barbecue, your first rodeo, your first campfire, whatever, you are a one lucky person, because no kidding, this company isn't perfect. If I say it's perfect, I'm lying, but it is the closest that I have been able to find. And I really believe that the heart is right here, and that they are doing the very best they can to bring us everything we need to build a rock solid business and a legacy business. I've been here 15 years, almost 15. And I just cannot believe I've been in the industry for since 1996, whatever, sorry, 1996. No, 2003. Sorry, no. 1993, I started in New Skin. Holy Toledo, I'm getting old. Anyway, I can't believe it. I'm thinking of my various companies, and it wasn't a straight line. You know, I did some things in between, but I've been around a long time. And I'm telling you, if this is your first rodeo, it's fantastic. And whatever you have done before has led you to this, and you get to use the skills because they transfer. So I was a fitness instructor, a bartender, graduated from the University of Colorado with a degree in advertising, never had a clue what I wanted to do, only what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do those on-campus interviews and make $18,000 a year. I just wasn't interested in that, but I had no clue what I wanted to do. One day I fell down and waiting tables. I was a fitness instructor too, and I hurt myself, and I was not able to teach classes, and I was not able to carry the trays. And I realized really fast what it meant: linear income versus residual passive, legacy income. And leveraged income is the one we're supposed to say. So work a day, get paid, work a day, get paid. The day that you can't work is the day that you no longer get paid. And it freaked me out because I was not going back to my parents. No way. In fact, I couldn't go back to my parents. There was a divorce and there was nowhere to go. They sold the family home and that was it. So I had to figure it out. And I sold educational materials door to door. And I'll never forget. And then I joined New Skin. I had some guys show up. I was married, and guys showed up at the door to show my husband the business. And I said, I'm so sorry. He just ducked out, but come in and show me your business. And I said, wait a second, you tell me that someone sells a vitamin in Kentucky and Louisiana and another country and I get paid? He said, Carrie, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I said, dude, sign me up. And Gordon came home. I said, honey, we got a new business. He had no interest, but I was fascinated by the thought that I could do some work one time and other people could work and I could get paid. It just was mesmerizing to me. So anyway, I finally found Stu Brody after a bunch of engineers. And, I saw momentum. I saw the wave coming. There was nothing I could do about it because I didn't even know how to surf. In fact, I didn't have a surfboard. So I couldn't be here, horizontal. It was just looking straight back at the wave. And I couldn't paddle because I didn't even have a board. And I felt that wave go over me and everybody benefited from it. And I was like, well, okay, I missed that one. And I really did miss that one. In 2005, I found another company and oh my gosh, I learned how to lead. I was like, how am I going to teach people to teach people to teach? And I thought, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I was always looking for the leader. And I decided one day, Carrie, if it's going to be, you got to do it. And I started having meetings at my home, taught best practices, had everybody, who are you? Where are you from? Why are you excited about Life Vantage? At the time, it was Southern Living at Home. I wanted to learn to decorate. And I was just super excited. And I saw every woman in my house and I made them feel welcome. And I said, come back next week and bring people, come back, bring people, come back, bring people. And I just taught what I was doing and it blew up, but it was really hard work. And I realized, wow, I'm never, ever going to get ahead in this one. Skincare for 1 second with a company. And then I found Monavie and I got to the top of that company in 2008. I made my first million and it was mesmerizing. How it was really, really simple because I already knew how to lead. I already knew how to be fearless. I had already been out there talking to everybody within arm's length of me, which you never have to do, although it works. And so anyway, I made my first million in 2008. The company went from 200 million to 900 million in a year. They had no idea how to handle momentum. So that was the second momentum I saw. And I was like, wow. And I participated in it, but it went away the following year. And that was gut wrenching. I said, I'm never, ever, 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 ever doing this again. And I was heartbroken and I went away and licked my wounds. And it's so weird because I felt like I was there yesterday when I said, you know what, you're washed up, you're old. You've done, no one's following you. You're not really a leader, Carrie. The whole company probably fell apart because of you. No kidding. I took it all on. And when I got into Life Vantage, I saw the ABC prime time. I was like, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. I thought it was so simple. We had basically one product, Protandem. I had insane results with these 5 plants: green tea, turmeric, milk, thistle, ashwagandha, bacopa. 5 plants, one place, one time. Make each ingredient 18 times more effective. It arrested my menopause on a dime. I felt amazing. I started sleeping better, looking better, and I could not stop screaming about it. And we had this skincare that we kind of flipped aside till Charisse burned herself and used it and was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing for wound healing. It was incredible. So anyway, I'm sure that's not compliant, but it was a long time ago when we could say that. So anyway, I got real excited about those products and screamed and yelled and experienced momentum when I joined that company a year later. I think I hit 22 months. I was the equivalent of presidential. And it was it was the most exciting experience I've ever seen. Just where there's nothing you can do that's wrong, because all you have to do is open your mouth and help people and see people and love on people and help them do what you did. And I don't even know what I did. People, what did you do? What did you do? Did you have a contact management system? Did you have this? Did you? I didn't do anything. I just picked up my phone and made phone calls every single day and paced the floor and shared and had meetings and trainings and come together, come together, come together. I exposed people to ABC primetime. I promoted from event to event, and I built community. So that was years ago. And it's been a little frustrating with two management teams that really kind of didn't know what they were doing. And then we got Steve Fife, and I was like, oh, this is great. CFO, Chief Financial Officer, bean counter, just saying that's how I felt. And then I watched him, and he's a slow roll. In fact, it looks like it's a slow roll, but it isn't a slow roll. He appears to be a slow roll, but he moved quickly. And when he changed our compensation plan and made it accessible for everyone, the deep builder like me that builds leaders and people, one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. And that was just my path. It just felt good. And then the people that are out there selling like crazy, like, I don't even know how to do that even today. But he's got a place for everybody. And then Julie Boyster and collagen, and I was going to say, and then MP3, GLP-1. I cannot believe what they've been able to do. And this is my fourth wave. And I could not believe the month of October. And crazily, when the product was back ordered for a while, I guess we still are, or we are again, but I could not believe my business only slipped a little. It was incredible. My business doubled in 30 days time. That is incredible. That's insane. It doubled, and then it backslid somewhat because we don't have the product, right? You can't bring a ton of, I mean, you can bring new people, but they can't experience it and buy it again and start screaming and yelling and telling people, or they don't do it as crazily as if you have the product. So tonight, I guess I just want to, so funny. I was talking to this guy, guys are so different than we are. If there are any guys on there here, that's because you're one of us. Sorry, you just are. But I was talking to him, and he's the nicest guy. He's in the business. He's in another team. And I sat on the plane on the way home from the event in Kansas City with him. And by the way, let me tell you really quickly, I was not into this product. They sent it to me, and I gave it to Charisse. I gave it to Carrie Williams and Maria Williams because they flippin' begged me for it. And I said, whatever, okay. And my mom had a heart attack, and I couldn't go to the Club 55 thing. So I was like, well, Carrie, weight loss isn't really your jam anyway. And are we really going to be a weight loss company? I was kind of worried. And, some of you have experience with weight loss, but I don't. And I didn't really care about it. I'll tell you what, I care about fat loss and lean body mass, holding on to that. I really care about that. It's almost 63 years old. So anyway, I wasn't that excited, to be honest. And I was very distracted with my mom. And everybody went to Club 55, and I was on that chat, and I started watching people like Angie Harper and, Courtney Watkins, all these people that were just dumping weight and having huge results. And then people started talking about things like their mental was clearing up. And I was like, oh, I could use that. And their anxiety was receding a little bit. And then they started talking about, inflammation markers in a way that they could actually show results. And so many things that I can't even talk about, but I was blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my hands on that product. I mean, I was freaking out. I had given it away. So in Kansas City, of course, I started with my 2 pills in the morning, took the drink, and I literally have been on it now since pretty much the 15th of October. I think I started slightly before that at the event. And immediately, within a week, my brain started to feel more clear. I have been struggling. I think it's kind of PTSD, to be honest. I'm experiencing my divorce all over again, which was 8 years ago. I've been with Jay on and off for 6 years. So I kind of never really healed that. And when you don't heal something, you have to feel it sometime. You can put it off for a while, but it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And it did. So when this product, I started taking it and I started feeling more clear and I really did get clarity. I knew that it was time for me to take this journey on my own. And I will say that I will always know that GLP-1 has been part of my healing so that I could be strong enough to stand on these two legs by myself and do what I've needed to do. And I'm just telling you, I have had knee issues. I've had 6 surgeries in 10 years. My knees are swollen. They hurt. There's titanium in there. I don't care how many people say it's so fabulous. I'm an exercise freak. I do Bikram yoga almost every day, and I've been doing it for 23 years. When you use your knees like I use them in Bikram, bending and bending, it's painful. And my inflammation, I can't even believe it. Like my knees look normal except for the 2 scars. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited. Even today, I ran out to give money to my car wash guy and fell down on my knees and broke. It was the hardest fall I've ever had in my life. I'm up. I'm 63. I didn't bust my wrists. I didn't break my bones. I didn't break my knees because I'm fit and my bones are strong. And I've been on Protandim all these years. I've been taking all of these products. I take a ton of omegas. I take the collagen, like I'm good to go. It was a hard fall and I'm in pain, but I made it. And so these products have literally changed my life and I will never, ever stop talking about them. GLP-1, 30 billion with a B, $30 billion industry right now. By 2030, write this down. So this guy was telling me these numbers and I stayed with him for this long because I can't do numbers. Tara does numbers. I don't. 30 billion in by 2030, I can focus on this. 200 billion with a B. The next 5 years, this is huge. 60% of Americans are obese, meaning they have over 33% body fat. Heck, I got 23 and I'm not a big girl. So this is huge. Children down to age 6 are being okayed for some of these crazy drugs that I would never, ever recommend. In fact, the side effects are so insane for some of these that people can't stay on it, not because they don't want to stay on it. They can't stay on it. So anyway, just all he had to do was tell me that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this market is so massive. And literally before, I don't know, in September, I was off the FAB. Mom had a heart attack. I'm busy trying to move my mom. I still haven't moved her. But I had no idea what this whole thing was, this whole GLP-1 category. And Ozempic could have been a car for all I knew. I knew nothing about any of it. So I started taking these pills just because everybody was excited. And now I totally get it. You guys are perfectly positioned for the biggest wave I've ever seen. I am not kidding, but you have to get your surfboard out and you have to be horizontal because if you're like this, looking back, you miss the wave. You have to be paddling and you cannot be like, have you ever seen people and they're racing and they're winning and all of a sudden they start worrying about the second and third place person and pretty soon second and third pass them because they're looking back, no looking back. Keep going and talk and talk and talk. And so this guy talked to me forever about all these numbers. And if he could just do this and just do that and to get this, blah, 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 and the person could make this much money and on and on. And I said, I don't know how to tell you, Mike, you lost me like 30 minutes ago because really all I want to see is before and afters. And I want to know how you feel. I just want to know, I don't care what you say about the numbers. All I want to know is how this product is going to make me feel. And I want to see the befores and afters. I just want to see what happened to this person's body and that person's body and that. And I said, I'm a girl. This is what girls care about. They don't care about how many, and some girls maybe do. And so you can get those answers from somebody else. But all I know is we've got a product and almost everybody needs it. And every single person knows somebody who needs it. And all we've got to do is go out there and share pictures like Marilee Maricich said on stage that day. I'll never forget. She said, let me blow your mind right now. You want me to blow your mind right now? And my tactic was always listening, listen, 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 and maybe it isn't the appropriate time to talk, even then. So then you come back and I mean, you can call someone 4 days later and say, your voice, just keeps ringing in my ears. I keep thinking about what you said. Based on what you said the other day, I would be a horrible person if I didn't share what I know. You get the opportunity to say no. You get the opportunity to not be interested. But I know that I would not be a good person if I didn't share based on what you said the other day. And when you say to somebody, oh my gosh, I really heard you the other day, it grabbed my attention when they drop what they're doing. Even my son, who's 28, addicted to his cell phone. If I say, baby, the other day, Ian, that thing you said, he'll put his phone down and I'll say, and he will listen to me till I stop talking about him. Honey, the other day when you sent me that skate video, boom, the phone goes down. The other day when you sent the picture of Flutie Bear, his dog, the phone goes down. Oh my gosh, the other day, the picture of Sierra and you. Oh my God, he'll put the phone down. So talk about them. It ain't about you. It's all about them. The other day when I saw, when you were telling me about, how frustrating it is that you keep going to the gym, but you've hit this plateau in your whatever, I at the time, it just didn't seem like the appropriate time. We're both on the treadmill. It was busy, but I've been thinking about you nonstop and I need to share. So make it about them. Keep it super simple. Don't give away the store. Create curiosity, then find a time to sit down with them. You need to sit down with people. You need to get them excited about what you're going to share. If I could help you increase your bottom line, go to an esthetician like Christy, go to, the dance studio like, or the Angie used to teach, go there. If I could help you increase your bottom line and help a ton of people, would you be open to hearing about an idea? Ask the question. If they say, well, what is it? Well, I'd love to tell you, and this isn't the time, but let's set up 20 minutes together. I really want to talk with you. We just get too complicated at times. And listen, this little square on my little sheet, all I got to do is show somebody, this is what happened in 60 days. And literally, I had Rocky Road ice cream 2 nights ago. Now, I will say this. I really do believe that I know we're probably getting close. Anyway, I believe that some changes need to take place. I'm sure Angie Harper is not eating Rocky Road ice cream. I'm sure she's had something in the last several months, but you're going to have to change your behavior a little bit. I think that just thinking that you're just going to take 2 pills in the morning, drink a big glass of water, and take the shake, either 2 shakes or 1 shake a day, 2 scoops in the morning, 2 scoops at night, or 4 scoops together, and not really increase your water intake and not really increase your exertion, maybe your walking or your hiking or your yoga practice or your sit-ups in the morning or whatever it is that you do. If you don't do something, you need to do something. We need to move our bodies. We need to get the lymph flowing. That's when the body's happy. I mean, I scrub and scratch with tools to keep my skin pliable. And, I'll tell you what, I can't believe the cellulite. That is unbelievable. People's cellulite is going away without weight loss. That's what's happened to me. After my knee surgeries, I can't even believe how 1 year of being less active than I was before at 62 and a half or 62, I guess I was. I couldn't believe how my body was changing. It was freaking me out. I thought, well, I'm done. I mean, my mom has it and I thought this is it. No, it isn't it. Because I'm proactive and I am not giving up. And I'm not saying I'll never have it, but not this year. Not this year. And if I do have it next year, I'm still a good girl. I still have a great heart. I still love people. I still am a great dog mom. And I was a great mother and a great wife and a great girlfriend and all the things. I just have cellulite now. So I'm not attached. But I'll tell you what, if I can stave it off, I'm going to. And there are going to be people that you tell that story to, and they're going to be just, here's my credit card, sign me up. But they have to do something. They've got to walk. They've got to scrape. They've got to, get scrubbed in the tub, whatever. There are things that you can do, lymphatic drainage. We need to do some things for this to be more and more effective. But let me tell you, I have not done a lot. To lose 4% body fat and not do much, that's mind bending to me. In fact, I've been pretty bad. Until kind of like right now, until like yesterday. Anyway, let's see, momentum. You get to participate. And the more you have going on right now, the bigger impact it is going to have on your business. But here's the thing, if you don't have big impact right now, and you don't have a bunch of people in your business, I don't care. Act like you do. Because this morning I was feeling so low and I was like, all right, I'm listening to Joe Dispenza and he says, all I have to do, well, this lady that I've been working with that I adore told me, Carrie, just go in when you're doing that meditation and think about the things that light you up. And I'm like, what lights me up? Well, it lights me up when my kids suddenly at 26 and 28-year-old men come back and tell me something that I taught them. And they used it like chivalry. I'll never forget when Ian told me this story of opening the door for his wife's girlfriend, and the man of the house got in he got in the doghouse big time by the mother. And I laughed and I said, oh, Ian, I am so incredibly proud of you. You opened the door for Sierra, then he ran and opened the door for the mother and the guy in the house. I don't even think they stayed together very long after that. So my son's been telling me I've gone to the store, Winnie gave me a gift certificate. I bought $100 worth of stuff from Trader Joe's. Will you teach me how to cook this? Will you show me how to cook that? Why does your broccoli taste so good? Why do you steam vegetables and it tastes so different? Said, honey, because you can't just, you gotta, things get rubbery when you throw them in the microwave. You can't just do that. So I get lit up when someone takes a concept that I taught them and they use it. And you know what? Someone told me today, and I'm just going to own it, that Carrie, you are the older at 60, some cute girl here at LifeVantage who shall remain nameless, not Jamie Williams always says, good old Carrie Dickie. And I'm like, don't call me that, good old Carrie Dickie. But she goes, good old Carrie Dickie always inspires me. And I'm like, good old, OLEOLD. Anyway, but it's crazy. I am getting up there, but I'll tell you what, I got some sage wisdom with all the gnarly things that have happened in my life, between divorce after 26 years, my brother's suicide, my 6 surgeries on my knees. There's a lot. That's just getting started. And you know what? Now I'm loving all of it. I have learned so much from all of it, and I can share all of it, and I can give people wisdom about going back and taking care of that little girl who did not get what she needed when she was little. And that little girl, man, I had to go back and take care of her after hitting the top rank in this company. I had to go back for her because I totally left her in the dust. I did not grow her up. So I had to get to the top of this company so I could go back and take care of her. And maybe there are some of you out there that need to do that too. So I just urge you, while the timing is good right here and right now, talk to a lot of people and keep your signal high. Tell them I'm not attached to what you decide, but I am attached to sharing with you because you need this. I needed it. And I don't even have a weight issue, but I needed it. I needed the mental clarity. I needed the focus. I needed something new to be excited about. And now all the results are in. And there's another person, Beth's on the call. She's got a gal friend that hasn't lost a pound, and she keeps sending us pictures, and we are blown away. Like the dimples on her butt and the dimples on her quads, her skin tone is totally different, and she's done nothing. Her husband has noticed. Are you kidding? Don't we want to get behind a product like that and use it to run to the top of this company? So, Christy, I don't know what I might have left out that you want me to cover, but I'm just good old Carrie Dickie. Simple, simple, because people look and they go, I can't duplicate those numbers. My brain doesn't work as fast as Tara's, but I can do that, girl. I can do that, girl. Just be excited. Just share what I love. So anyway, Christy, I don't know what else.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited all over again. But one of the things, you we all have ups and downs in lives as we're trying to build this business, and we have to stay up in order to attract the right people. So
Yes.
what is, and we know that 90%, we just don't talk about that enough, especially on these trainings, but 90% of our growth is our personal development. So what do you do when you're feeling down? Like this morning, you said you woke up kind of feeling down. What do you listen to? What do you tune into? What do you
Well,
suggest people start reading?
yes, the 2 apps that I use all the time are the Calm app, CALM, and I use Insight Timer. Insight, Insight. Both of them, you can get an annual subscription for maybe, I think $65 is Insight Timer, and the other one, I'm not sure. And the Daily Calm, I've done breath work that I learned from the people in Hawaii, Susan and Jamie Alden. And you know what? It doesn't matter what breath work you do. I don't care what you do, but you need to breathe, because breathing oxygenates your whole body. And this morning I woke up and I'm like, I feel like shit. If I read you my journal entry, I've never, ever done a journal entry when I was in as dark a place as I was yesterday regarding my future, as a single woman with parents that are in their 80s. I know how lucky I am, but when you're young and you lose your parents, you kind of don't even know what you had. I know now, and I know how blessed and lucky I am, but I'm terrified. So I didn't feel good this morning. I've had some fear about, like, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, and you can really spin out. And I woke up and I'm like, all right, Carrie, you know what, come on, lady, come on. You know what to do. Start breathing. So you literally in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do it for 8 minutes, however you do it. I have a series of breathing exercises I do. You can go online and breathe anywhere. Someone will breathe with you. That's what I have to do to change my state so that I can actually sit still for the daily calm, which is only 10 minutes. And this beautiful Tamara Levitt does the daily calm every single day. And after she's done, and after I've breathed, I will literally take another 10 minutes and I get into creation mode. And I just say to myself, what lights you up? What do you love? What do you love? What do you love? I love when the light bulb goes on. I love when I watch someone's face and they go, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I have a lot of skills because I've had a lot of stuff happen. And I know that I'm no different than you and you're no different than me. Like, we are same as. And that's why people can connect to me and joined my business, because they know that I'm not bullshitting them. I'm right there with them. They're right there with me. So I go, what lights me up? What lights me up? And I can sit there and I can say to myself, Carrie, if you don't go to Bikram, it's not going to be as good a day. I need to move my body. Now, I have 2 fake knees. It is ugly sometimes for me, but I know I need to move my body. Even if I get down and do 50 push-ups, move your body, get the blood flowing through your body. You got to get the air in your lungs and in your solar plexus and all the way down to your tummy. And then you've got to get the blood moving through your body with push-ups, jumping jacks, breathing with your arms. I don't care what you do. Go out and walk vigorously. Do something. I walk my dog every day, and sometimes I walk out that gate and I feel so low, but I never feel low when I'm coming back, ever. I get jacked up talking to the crossing guards. The other day I crossed and this lady, it's so weird. I went halfway with her and then I went back and I talked to her and I'm like, tell me, Mary. And she turned 81 that day. Like, I was listening. God told me, turn around and talk to Mary. I'm like, all right, turn around and talk to Mary. I made her damn day. So we need to listen, and you've got to have a morning regimen. You've got to have a morning regimen. Joe Dispenza has some really, really short little podcasts out. One is why women who live alone are so happy. And I'm like, and a beautiful friend today that I was talking to, she said, Carrie, is there anything you love about living alone? I bought, oh yeah. And I started getting into what I love about living alone. So find, what do you love about living alone? What do you love about your husband? What do you love about your animal? What do you love about your life? What do you love about when you get a new consultant that's so excited to run with you? Get your mind in the positive, because if we let these little weeds, the 6 inches between our ears, if we let those little weeds get in and grow, I have a crazy, crazy, sad, scary mind. When I let it go untended, we got to rip those little suckers out by the root. Start your morning strong, not in the afternoon. You've got to do it when you're right out of bed. RPM, rise, P, meditate. I do RPBM, rise, P, not a bowel movement, breathe, meditate. I hope that's helpful.
So helpful. That's exactly what I wanted to end on. That was
Woo!
beautiful. Thank you for being so vulnerable and inspirational and just pouring into the team with all your energy and love. We love you, Carrie, Dickie, and I hope you're reading
For having me.
your
You
back.
girls, I love this team
Thank you.
so much. I was looking through the names and I see you, Trisha. Thank you for setting. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, and my eyes aren't that great. Look at all of you. Let me just see.
So
Oh, this is
awesome. I
so
know.
much fun. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, we
Grateful.
have 55 people on. Woo! Thank you for
Oh,
being
we're I think at 60. Yeah.
Carrie, thank you.
Good.
So
Thank
good.
you. Merry
here.
Christmas, Carrie, and I
Thank
hope
you.
2025 brings you
It's going to be
everything that
my
you want.
year. I've got plans. I got
Let's
plans.
do this.
Yes, we do.
When you
We
do what I just talked about, you will get downloads. God will talk to you. If you just shut up and listen and then just be in that space, you will get a download on what you need to do. You know how people are downloading you, call this one, call this one, call this one. You will get the downloads. You got to ask for them and you got to shut up long enough to get them, right?
absolutely 100%.
And I'll
Awesome.
see you all
We'll see you at Global.
at
Global.
Global
Yep.
April.
In
Woo!
April. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
We
Good
love
night,
you,
everybody.
Carrie. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.